right, everybody, get ready, because today we're going to take a deep dive into the world of prompt engineering.
Ooh, prompt engineering.
You know, all about getting the most out of AI, like ChatGPT,
Right.
by crafting like these really super effective prompts.
Right.
It's almost like we have a secret decoder ring to unlock AI's true potential. And guess what?
What?
We got our hands on a ChatGPT cheat sheet with over 100 prompts in it, ready to go.
Wow, 100 prompts. That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's very exciting.
I'm very excited to dive into this.
I'm excited too.
This cheat sheet looks really fascinating.
It really does.
It shows really like the range of what you can do with prompt engineering.
Totally.
We're not just talking about writing a poem or two,
Right.
but everything from content creation and coding help to even
You guessed.
spreadsheet magic.
Spreadsheets.
Yeah.
I know I was skeptical about the spreadsheet thing too.
Right.
Trust me, it's in there.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay, but first things first, let's break down what prompt engineering actually is.
Okay, so at its core, prompt engineering is the art of communicating effectively with AI.
Okay.
It's about understanding how to phrase your requests in a way that guides the AI to produce the exact results that you are looking for.
So it's not just about asking a question, it's about asking the right question.
Yes.
In the right way.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like giving directions to someone who's incredibly capable,
Uh-huh.
but maybe a little too literal.
Right.
You need to be clear, concise, and provide enough context for the AI to understand what you want.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's look at this ChatGPT cheat sheet and see some of these prompts in action.
Okay.
I'm looking through it now.
Yeah.
And the writing section immediately caught my eye.
Okay.
There's one here that says, create a LinkedIn bio for a cat highlighting its work achievements.
Oh my God.
I mean,
For a cat.
come on, that's gold.
That's amazing.
Pure gold.
I love that.
So what I find interesting about this example is
Yeah.
how it breaks down the prompt into these three key elements. You have the task, which is create a LinkedIn bio.
Right.
Then you have the subject, for a cat. And then finally you have this specific detail highlighting its work achievements.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Oh, that.
So it's all about being super specific.
Yes.
Instead of saying, write a bio,
Right.
we're saying, write a bio for a cat.
Exactly.
And make sure you highlight the cat's achievements.
Yes. And those specific details are what make the difference between a generic output
Okay.
and something that is truly tailored to your needs.
So how could we apply this to like our own LinkedIn profile?
Well, instead of just asking the AI to write a bio, you could tell it to highlight your skills in project management or your experience in the tech industry.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this could be incredibly useful for anyone, not just like tech wizards.
For sure.
But hold on, this cheat sheet goes way beyond writing.
Oh, yeah.
We've got creativity, spreadsheet, coding.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, but in a good way.
Right. Like it's
It's exciting. It's very exciting.
It's the beauty of it. Prompt engineering has applications in so many different areas.
Yeah.
Let's jump to the creativity section for a moment.
Okay.
Imagine being able to generate a detailed trip itinerary based on your preferences or a custom workout plan tailored to your fitness level, all with a few well-crafted prompts.
Whoa, hold on. We're talking about AI planning my vacation and my workouts.
Yes.
This is getting a little sci-fi.
It is a little sci-fi.
But I'm kind of loving it.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
And it's not just about planning fun stuff.
Oh.
Let's flip over to the spreadsheet section.
Right.
This cheat sheet actually shows you how to use AI to write complex Excel formulas.
Where?
Yeah.
Like what?
So imagine being able to describe what you need to accomplish in plain English, and the AI just spits out the perfect formula for you.
Okay, that's officially next level.
Yeah,
I know people who would sell their firstborn for that kind of spreadsheet magic.
for sure.
And what about coding? Are there any cool examples in there?
Absolutely. One that stands out to me is explain this code to a child.
Interesting.
It showcases the power of AI not just to write code, but to break down complex concepts in a way that anyone can understand.
So even if you're not a programmer, you can still use prompt engineering to learn about coding or get help with a specific coding problem.
Exactly.
Oh.
And that's what's so exciting about prompt engineering. It's not just for tech experts. It's a tool that can empower anyone to do more with AI, regardless of their technical background.
I'm hooked.
Awesome.
We've covered the what and the why of prompt engineering, but I'm ready to get into the how.
Yeah.
What are some techniques people can use to craft truly killer prompts?
Well, that's where it gets even more interesting.
Nope.
There's a whole art to crafting effective prompts, and this cheat sheet gives us a great starting point.
Yeah.
Let's take a closer look at some of the techniques it highlights, like those persona prompts you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, those definitely piques my interest. But before we dive into the deep end, let's take a quick breather and come back for more.
Welcome back. I'm excited to delve a little bit deeper into these techniques.
Okay.
So let's start with those persona prompts.
Yeah.
It's like giving the AI a role to play,
Okay.
which can dramatically change the output that you get.
Gotcha. So instead of just like asking for information,
Right.
I'm telling the AI to act like a certain kind of expert.
Exactly. For instance,
Okay.
instead of just asking for a simple movie review,
Uh-huh.
you could instruct the AI to act as a film critic from the 1940s to get a review with a totally different flavor.
Oh, that's so cool. So I could even ask for feedback on my novel from an AI literary agent or get financial advice from like an AI venture capitalist.
You got it.
Wow.
The cheat sheet actually has a great example for this.
Yeah.
It says, act as a football person to get in-depth sports analysis.
Okay.
Persona prompts help you tap into different perspectives and get more creative and nuanced responses from the AI.
All right. Persona prompts, check. What other techniques can we use to level up our prompt engineering game?
Well, one technique that often gets overlooked is the power of examples.
Examples.
Think of it like showing the AI a sample of what you're looking for.
Mhm.
Let's say you want the AI to write in a specific style.
Okay.
Instead of just describing that style, you could provide a short excerpt of writing that embodies it.
Gotcha. So if I want the AI to write like Ernest Hemingway, I could feed it a paragraph from The Sun Also Rises.
Exactly.
Wow.
By
Yeah.
giving the AI a concrete reference point, you're increasing the chance of getting a response that truly matches your vision.
So it's like giving the AI a cheat sheet for writing.
Yeah,
I love it. This is brilliant.
it is pretty cool.
What other tricks are hiding up your sleeve?
Well, another powerful technique is using constraints.
Constraints.
This might sound counterintuitive,
Okay.
but sometimes limiting the AI's options can lead to more creative and focused results.
Wait, hold on. How does limiting the AI make it more creative?
Think about it this way.
Okay.
If you ask the AI to write a poem, it's a very wide open field to work with.
Right. Tons of options.
But if you say, write a haiku about the ocean,
Uh-huh.
suddenly it has to work within a very specific structure
Yeah.
and subject matter.
Ah, I see. So by setting boundaries, we're forcing the AI to think outside the box and come up with more creative solutions.
Exactly. It's like giving it a puzzle to solve.
Hmm.
And that often leads to more surprising and unique outputs.
That makes sense.
The cheat sheet actually has a few examples of this, like asking the AI to write a story in exactly 6 words or to compose a song using only sounds from nature.
Whoa. Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So we've got persona prompts, we've got examples, and we've got constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other, like, essential techniques that we should know about?
There are, and they all revolve around the core principle of clarity.
Clarity.
Oh, remember, the AI can only be as good as the instructions you give it.
That makes sense.
So here are a few more tips to keep in mind.
Hit me with them. I'm ready to become a prompt engineering master.
First, be specific. Don't just ask for a story.
Right.
Tell the AI what kind of story you want, who the characters are, what the setting is.
Okay, so be specific. Like I'm ordering a very customized coffee.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
Second, provide context.
Okay.
If you're asking the AI to write about a specific topic, give it some background information.
Okay.
Imagine you're asking a friend for advice.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't just say, what should I do?
Right.
You'd tell them the whole situation.
Tricax is key, just like in a real conversation.
Exactly.
Okay.
And lastly, don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
Prompt engineering is an iterative process.
Mm-hmm.
You might not get the perfect results in your first try, but that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Keep tweaking your prompts,
Uh-huh.
try different techniques, and see what amazing things you can discover.
I like it. So you've convinced me prompt engineering is more than just a tech skill. It's an art form.
It is.
But with all this power at our fingertips, it makes you wonder, are there any downsides?
Yeah,
What about like the potential for misuse?
that's a great question. And it's one we should definitely explore.
Okay.
But before we dive into those considerations, let's take a quick break and come back to discuss the responsible and ethical use of this powerful technology.
Sounds good. All right, we're back and ready to tackle the big question.
Okay, let's do it.
You've shown us how powerful prompt engineering can be.
Yeah.
But with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Oh, for sure.
Are there any potential downsides that we should be aware of?
Absolutely. It's crucial to remember that AI is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
And like any tool, it can be used for good and for bad.
Right.
One potential concern is like the spread of misinformation.
Okay.
If someone crafts a prompt with malicious intent, the AI could generate outputs that are biased, misleading, or even harmful.
So it's not just about what you ask.
Right.
It's also about the intent behind the question.
Exactly. It's like giving someone a loaded gun.
Huh.
The gun itself isn't inherently dangerous,
Right.
but it becomes dangerous in the wrong hands.
Okay.
Same applies to AI and prompt engineering.
That's-
It's our responsibility to use these tools ethically and responsibly.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So how can we ensure that prompt engineering is used for good?
Well, for starters, we need to be mindful of the potential for bias.
Okay.
AI models are trained on massive data sets.
Right.
And if those data sets contain biases,
Mm.
the AI can inherit and amplify those biases in its output.
So if the data used to train the AI is skewed towards a particular viewpoint,
Yeah.
the AI might generate text that reflects that bias, even if it's unintentional.
Precisely. That's why it's so important to critically evaluate the outputs generated by AI.
Yeah.
Don't just blindly accept everything it tells you.
Right.
Use your own judgment and common sense to determine whether the information is accurate and unbiased.
That's like any other source of information. We need to be critical thinkers and really evaluate the information that we're receiving.
Exactly. And beyond individual responsibility,
Wow.
there's also a role for the tech industry and policymakers to ensure that AI is developed and used ethically. This includes things like promoting transparency in AI development, establishing clear guidelines for responsible use, and addressing issues like data privacy and security.
Wow, it sounds like we're all part of this conversation about AI and its impact on society.
We are.
This has been an incredibly eye-opening deep dive.
It has.
We've learned what prompt engineering is,
Mm-hmm.
we've explored these various techniques, and even touched upon the ethical considerations.
Right.
Do you have any final words of wisdom for our listeners who are eager to start their prompt engineering journey?
I do remember prompt engineering is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes, and learn from your experiences.
Okay.
The more you practice, the better you'll become at crafting prompts that unlock the true potential of AI.
And if you need a little inspiration, that ChatGPT cheat sheet is a fantastic resource. It's packed with over 100 prompts that can help you get started and spark your creativity.
Exactly. And remember, the possibilities are truly endless. With the right prompts, you can use AI to write stories, compose music, generate artwork, and so much more.
Wow.
What will you create?
That's a great question to leave our listeners with. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating deep dive into the world of prompt engineering.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Until next time, happy prompting.